Good morning, School District of Jefferson families. It is Thursday morning, and I felt it was necessary to bring you a video message regarding the situation in front of us. In so doing, I felt like wearing an eagle tie and an eagle hat just to make sure we all realize we are still the mighty Eagles. In the middle of this particular time, I'm reminded that it is more important than ever for us to realize that we are a service industry. That's part of what education is. I truly see this as an opportunity for our leadership to be more contagious than the virus itself. Let me say that again. I truly believe this is an opportunity for our leadership to be more contagious than the virus itself. As I continue to try to make some decisions, I also realize that I don't have a sense of fear, I don't have a sense of worry, I don't have a sense of panic. I do at times sense some confusion. It's during these times of confusion when all of a sudden I realize I just need to step back, I need to be patient, and wait for answers to reveal themselves. At times I feel like we are already flying the plane, but yet at that same time we're building it. We're building the plane while it's still in flight. Having said that though, again, answers will reveal themselves over the course of time. Not only myself, but I also know that our entire administrative team, our principals and directors, are also not sensing any panic during this time frame. They're busy, they're very busy trying to get answers out to all of you. However, they're not sensing panic. There's a lot of confidence within our team. The other part of this message is that I want to make sure that I'm able to clear up any sort of confusion or questions as it relates to the whole thing of optional virtual learning from our students. What does that word, what does that term, what does that concept of optional truly mean? When I made that decision to have optional virtual learning for our students, I knew that there were several things that would be concerning if it was mandated. If we mandated the learning, I knew, and in fact, we are getting reports of all kinds of concerns of community members, children, and parents who are having reduced or eliminated or very little Wi-Fi access. We get those reports constantly, and that's even with free Charter, Spectrum hotspots and other companies that are offering hotspots. So if we mandated it, how indeed would those families access the required learning? That would offer a significant stressful situation for a number of families. A second category of folks out there is that increasingly we have more and more people who have lost their jobs, and as a result, income is drastically reduced or even eliminated. For many of these families, their focus is getting food on the table, a warm place to stay, medications, and health products. That is known as Maslow's hierarchy of need. Their concern at that point is indeed taking care of themselves and those basic needs of food and shelter and health, and that takes much more precedence and is far more important than accessing Wi-Fi. A third category of folks out there might be people who are called to work even more often. Doctors and nurses are one example of that. They're working multiple shifts, and when they get home, their focus is getting meals prepared, getting their children in bed, and getting a good night's sleep for themselves. Their focus might not be trying to help their students, their children, with virtual learning. So having said all that, it is indeed optional. However, you might get a sense from your teachers and from your principals that the learning is not optional, that it's mandatory. I'd like to clarify that so you understand that push from us is that we truly do prefer that you are engaged. We really would prefer that you are involved. This is a service industry, public education, that's what we do, and we're going to continue to reach out. Relationship building always has been and will continue to be very important to us. So I have asked our staff to find a way to monitor who is involved, which students are deeply involved, which students are mildly involved, which students are not virtually learning at all, they're not participating at all. This is not meant to be punitive or a consequence for the children, but rather a way for us to log that. We've also asked our staff then to reach out. If your child is not participating at all, please don't be confused by a phone call from a principal or from a teacher or from another school employee. Just double checking. This is, again, not meant to be a consequence or punitive. This is simply because we care. We want to make sure that you're okay. We want to make sure if there is a ways that we can help, whether that's with food, that's with Wi-Fi, that's just with access to the learning itself, we want to reach out. That is indeed part of our responsibility. So if you sense that mixed message, it's not a mixed message. Is the learning optional for students? The answer to that question is yes. Will we continue to try to reach out if you're not participating? Absolutely, and the reason for that is simply out of concern. So if you get that mixed message, that is simply that we are truly concerned about you, your family, your children, and everything about this entire health pandemic. Let me wrap up again by saying that there is still an opportunity. This is an opportunity for our leadership to be more contagious than the virus itself. I truly believe that. Stay healthy, my friends. We'll stay in touch and look forward to future communications in regards to the School District of Jefferson and this pandemic health situation. Thank you. Have a good day.